Alright, so here's our first example with a fraction. And again, it's going to be 4 is 2/3 of 3 minus x. Now, the secret with dealing with fractions, equations that contain fractions, is multiply everything, not in parentheses, by the bottom of the fraction. Okay? The denominator, if you want to call it the denominator. Okay. So in this case, it means we're going to multiply everything that's not in parentheses by 3. Okay? So we're going to take 2/3 and we'll multiply it by 3, and we'll take the 4 and we'll multiply it by 3. Okay. So here we go. 4 times 3 is 12. That's simple enough. Now, 2/3 times 3. When you multiply a fraction by its own bottom, by its own denominator, the bottom cancels out, and all you are left with was whatever was on the top of the fraction. We'll look at this in a little bit of detail, but the shortcut to this is that whenever you multiply a fraction by its own bottom, you're left with the number on top. So in this case, the 3 will cancel out, and you're just left with 2. Okay? You're left with the number on top. The 3 minus x is in parentheses, so we don't multiply that out. We don't multiply that out, we leave it where it is. So now we end up with this new line, 12 equals 2 times 3 minus x. And from here on in, it's just a regular problem. We're just going to solve it the way we did before. It's got parentheses in it, so we have to multiply the parentheses. We distribute the 2 inside. So it's going to be 2 times 3 and 2 times minus x. So now we have 12 on this side is equal to 2 times 3 is 6, and 2 times minus x, 2 times negative x, is minus 2x. Now remember, what we want to do is we want to keep x, any piece that has an x in it together, and any numbers that don't have an x, they should be on the same side as one another as well. So the simplest way to deal with this is to move that 6 across to the other side. So we'll move the 6 over here, and that will put the 12 and the 6 together. So we have 12. Let's go back. We might as well stick to orange now. So we have 12. We'll move the 6 across. Now remember, if you change sides, then you change sign. So 6 is coming across, and we make it minus. And that will be equal to minus 2x. Okay? Minus 2x. Well, 12 minus 6 is 6 is equal to minus 2x. So the 6 is equal to minus 2x, and if we can just hopefully scroll up just a little bit here, 6 is minus 2x. We want to get x on its own. We have to divide by whatever is in front of it. So we'll divide by minus 2. Minus 2x divided by minus 2. 6 divided by negative 2. A plus divided by a minus is minus. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And over here, the minus 2's cancel with one another, and you have x. So you have x is equal to negative 3 is your answer here. Okay. X equals negative 3 is your answer. Let's just go up and think a little bit about what we did at the start, though. At the start, we had 2/3 multiplied by 3. And I said the shortcut is that your answer will just be, you're just going to be left with the number on top of the fraction. Okay, so we're predicting that you should just be left with 2. Let's make sure that's okay. So it's 2/3 by 3. Well, that's really the same as 2/3 by 3 over 1. And the way to multiply fractions is top by top. 2 by 3 is 6. Bottom by bottom. 3 by 1 is 3. And 6 divided by 3 is 2. Which, if you look over here, that's what we had. Okay, we got 2. Which was the number on top of the fraction. Okay, so it's just a little shortcut for multiplying the number on top of the fraction.